Good evening. My name is Damian Kellogg, and I am the assistant principal for the classes of 2028 and 2029. It is my privilege to lead you through tonight's ceremony. Before we begin, I would like to ask everyone to please silence all phones. Please welcome to the stage Dylan Bargagna, Secretary of the Class of 2025, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I ask all those who are able to please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dylan. Please remain standing as the senior members of the choir come forward and sing the Star-Spangled Banner.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets with whir, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mrs. Whitman and choir. You may now be seated. Next, I welcome to the podium Dr. Mario Almeida, Assistant Superintendent and Head of School.
Good evening and welcome. It's an honor and privilege to welcome you to this year's commencement ceremony for Joe Barlow High School's graduating class of 2025. I would like to take a moment to thank and recognize the following individuals present this evening who play an integral role in the communities of Easton and Reading. From our central office, Dr. Jason McKinnon, Superintendent of Schools; Alicia DeCorpo, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction; from the Region 9 Board of Education, Christopher Parkin, Treasurer; Gwen Denny, Karen O'Brien, Mary Lee Pampel, and John Stinson. From Joe Barlow High School, Damian Kellogg, Assistant Principal for the classes of 2027 and 2028. J.T. Shem, Assistant Principal for the classes of 2025 and 2026. Michael Santangeli, Administrator for Athletics, Health, and Physical Education. Catherine Hilzer, Director of School Counseling. Christina Martinez, Supervisor Special Education. Timothy Uminski and Megan Lanehart, Advisors for the class of 2025. From the town of Reading, Jennifer Damaris, Principal of John Reed Middle School. From the town of Easton, David Bindleglass, First Selectman. Kimberly Fox Santora, Principal of Samuel Staples Elementary School. Dr. Stephen Clapp, Principal of Helen Keller Middle School. I would like to extend a special welcome to our families and our friends, all graduates who've supported our students, faculty, and staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Almeida. Next, I am pleased to invite our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jason McKinnon, to the podium for his address.
Good evening, proud parents, esteemed faculty, Mr. Corpo, Dr. Almeida, our fellow leaders, the Region 9 Board of Education, First Selectman Dr. Bindleglass, and to the incredible class of 2025. I'm privileged to make these remarks on your special day, your high school graduation ceremony. Students, I know you will look back on the past 4 years of Barlow fondly. The academics slapped, the friendships were fire, the teachers served. Barlow was the Ivy League of Route 58. Trekking to the ridge for a Santangeli was definitely a plot twist. Hanging out with friends in the annex was immaculate. Getting rained on inside the team room was mid. And seeing Joelle the Falcon was iconic. Watching the staff pre-prom safety video had me fighting for my life. And what about the Barlow golf team? Low-key elite. Let's not forget the great conversations that we had with teachers, hanging in the cozy atmosphere of the Career Center, and realize it's going to be a peak day when the menu calls for chicken Alfredo at lunch. You've done and achieved so much. So please indulge me for a moment to talk about one of the tennis's greats, Roger Federer. Federer was one of the greatest tennis players of all time, winning over 20 tennis championships. He won over 80% of the 1,526 matches that he played. That's not the astonishing part. In average, tennis games consist of about 130 points. Federer only won 54% of the points in his career. Indeed, top-ranked tennis players lose every second point that they play. He recently said, if you're playing a point, it has to be your greatest focus. But when that point is over, you have to put it behind you. That mindset is really important because it allows you to focus on the next point and the point after that with intensity and clarity. When you lose every second point, you learn to overcome hard moments. I've thought about that Federer statistic a lot recently and juxtaposed it with setting goals, both personally and professionally. I have career goals. I have goals for my daughters, who are your age, and I've talked about the importance of setting goals in many, many graduation speeches. Maybe you've set goals for yourself, and I'm sure your parents have coached you in setting goals as well. Goals are great, but since today makes a significant milestone in your lives and in anticipation for what lies ahead, I want to return to Federer's mindset on focusing on something smaller, which is winning the point. Or in this case, the habits that lead to accomplishing your goals. In talking about habits, I draw on some insights inspired by author James Clear. Let's agree for a moment that you didn't arrive at today's graduation because of one big leap, one momentous test, or one defining goal that said, my goal is to graduate high school. Rather, you're here based on 1,000 small choices, starting with deciding to show up, to study for a test, to practice for an instrument, drill a specific skill in athletics, and during these times, you've experienced success and setbacks and asked for help. Clear argues that tiny, consistent improvements are the things that lead to long-term results. Rather than relying on goals or motivation, which can wane over time, focus on the small habits and systems that are in your everyday life. If you're heading off to college next year, you don't need to do big things to succeed. You need to do the right things consistently. Some good academic habits might include setting out your laptop and textbook the night before you attend class or you need to study. Pair studying at a favorite cafe, which creates a positive association with a difficult task. Or after the class, maybe go to the library for 30 minutes or the gym before you get back to your dorm room. Whatever the habit, make it easy, make it attractive, and make it satisfying. If you stack habits in that way, they lead to success. Successful athletes, business leaders, have focused on one thing over time, and that's consistency. They've developed routines that involve repeating and stacking habits that eventually lead to better performance and results. I've also surveyed your parents about today. They offered some do's and don'ts, and some of them sound like healthy habits as well. Here are some examples in no particular order. One mum says, follow your dreams and explore as many interests as possible. Give your endeavors and dreams time to settle. Nothing is perfect all at once or on the first try. Another mum says, stay curious. Do change your mind, often if needed. And when life swerves, because it will, learn to pivot with grace, not panic. Grace under pressure beats a 5-year plan every time. One dad says, don't take the easy road. It won't take you to where you want to go. Another mum says, do not add to the population. Do not subtract from the population, and please stay out of hospitals, newspapers, and jails. Another dad says, send me some TikToks. Wash everything with cold water and just take it as seriously as you can. A mum says, excellence is not a singular act, but a habit. You are what you repeatedly do, which is a quote by John Wooden. And finally, one mum and dad say together, negative and imaginary numbers belong in algebra class, not in your bank balance or your day planner. Budget your time and never forget to have time for yourself. Don't stop looking at rainbows. Each color is beautiful on its own, but together they are brilliant and magical. You are unique, beautiful. Stick with the group that keeps you brilliant. So class, the future is not something that you step into. It's something that you build, decision by decision, point by point, habit by habit. From the towns of Easton and Reading through the hallways of Barlow and into the wider world, you have made the tiny changes that lead to extraordinary things. So go forth and achieve excellence. Congratulations to the class of 25.
Thank you, Dr. McKinnon. At this time, we welcome the senior members of the choir to come forward. They will be performing Homeward Bound, words and music by Marta Keene, arranged by Jay Althouse. Senior Willow Bradford is accompanying on the piano.
In the quiet, misty morning, when the moon has gone to bed, when the sparrows stop their singing, and the sky is clear and red.
When the summer ceased its gleaming, when the corn is past its prime,
When adventure's lost its meaning, I'll be homeward bound in time. Bind me not to the pasture, chain me not to the plow. Set me free to find my calling, and I'll return to you somehow. If you find it's me
Thank you for that beautiful performance, Mrs. Whitman, and senior members of the choir. I now invite our first speaker, Sage Oliver, to the stage to deliver her commencement address entitled Success with a Side of Happiness.
First of all, congratulations to everyone here, to the family and friends who get to see their loved ones achieve this moment, and to each of my classmates here today. Let me be one of the first to welcome you to the next part of our lives. Isn't it scary? All the adults around us are congratulating us, telling us how proud they are, but from one grad to another, I want to know if I'm the only one who's slightly afraid. This is the day we've all been waiting for, isn't it? It's finally here. And tomorrow, well, we don't know what tomorrow will bring. Until then, we can sit in the ultimate success that is completing our high school career. What a milestone. Okay, stop sitting in it. I have a question. How do we quantify success? Is it a grade, a reward, a long-awaited outcome? What do we use to measure our achievements? And how do we know when we've done all that we can do? I really want you to think about this, because I guarantee that the person sitting next to you does not have the same answer. It's not a universal law. It's not something that can be tested like the SATs. It's not a number we put in score. Most of us think of success as the final accomplishment of some aim or purpose. And while yes, we've been aiming to graduate since we walked through those doors freshman year, would we say that it was our purpose? I sure hope not, because we have so much ahead of us after this. And it's not all going to be easy. Whether we're going to school in the fall, going to the workforce, enlisting, or whatever else you may decide, we don't know what's going to happen. We can't. For so much of our lives, we're told to chase success, get good grades, get good jobs, have big houses. We've been looking for better grades, better SAT scores, more stuff to pack into our resumes. I'm not disparaging any of that at all. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that kind of ambition. It's what got us here today. But there is something dangerous about equating that traditional, oversimplified version of success to fulfillment. Just because you got everything you ever wanted does not mean you will automatically be happy because of it. We all know the trope of finding success as society defines it, but feeling empty inside, climbing the ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. I'll tell you now that I know I'm not the perfect authority to speak about success. I've messed up during my high school career, and I definitely did not try hard enough. I dug myself into a hole so deep that by the time sophomore year ended, I thought I was going to be a failure. But the thing about digging a hole is that when you look up, you can see the way out. I found my way out, and I stand here today happier than I ever could have imagined. And that's what matters. I'm happy. I stand here smiling because I know that I got myself here no matter how many times I told myself I couldn't. I wouldn't say I made it through high school completely successfully. It's more like I stumbled around for a really long time and then dragged myself to the end. And I've had my moments of severe unhappiness, like many of you here today, I'm sure. But in the end, we got through it, all of us, and now here we are. It would be unfair and unwise to simply tell everyone here to go out and succeed, because success is so subjective. Instead, I think it's a better use of our time if I tell you to do something much more meaningful. I implore you to find happiness, be it in a person, a job, a lifestyle, or any other way that you may discover. Find a reason to smile every day, to get out of bed. Find it and hold on to it. Not every day is going to be a good one. We have many bad days ahead. But it's important to never let those days define yourself in your life. Be positive, be grateful, and be happy. If success is the ultimate destination, happiness is the way you get to it. It's the small victories, the people you love, and the failures that will teach you more than success ever could. Go out into the world, armed with a diploma and your dreams. No one is forcing you to heed my advice, but you should know, your worth is not your resume, and you should never have to prove yourself to anybody in order to be happy. I'm sure you're all itching to get out of here, to close off this last part of our lives, but at the very least, I want you to remember, your success will mean so much more if it is met with a smile. Thank you.
Thank you, Sage. Next, I welcome Lauren Klein-Wassink to the stage to deliver her commencement speech entitled, Learning to Not Know.
Good evening, graduates, family, friends, and faculty. It is an honor to be speaking to you all tonight on behalf of the Joel Barlow class of 2025. In polling various Barlow seniors, asking them what they want from or in a grad speech, here are some of the answers I have received. I want it to make me sob. It should be reminiscent of some of those things from elementary school. And, of course, I don't know. There is the sense that with the culmination of our high school experience, we are on the brink of an entirely new life. Still, for many of us, our most honest answer to the question, what's next, is I don't know. So, in classic graduation speech fashion, let me begin with a story. Picture this: second grade, Reading Elementary School. My classmates and I were all given puzzles made of geometric shapes. So I'm working at mine, putting a triangle here and a rectangle there, but I can't seem to get it right. Eventually, I look up and notice one clear distinction between my and my classmates' puzzles. Mine is unfinished. So, in true second grade fashion, I began to cry. After a while, I felt a hand on my shoulder and looked up to see my teacher. I don't know how to do this, I told her. Everyone else does, but I don't. Just me. Fast forward a decade, you'd think that feeling of not knowing would fade. But no, it's been here all along. It was there the first time we heard thesis in English class freshman year. It was there during various quizzes and tests we've taken. And it was very much there when we stared blankly at the word abstract on the senior synthesis rubric, having never written one before. Now that we're mostly 18, I think we can safely say we know everything. I mean, we can vote, we can buy lottery tickets. That counts for something, right? Though sometimes our parents probably think we actually believe this when we bypass their advice. I'm just kidding, of course. Let me be the first to admit, there's plenty, and by plenty, I mean a lot, that I don't know. Like how to make small talk without mentioning the weather. Though, what a beautiful day, huh? I don't know how to make a joke in a graduation speech that actually lands, like the one I just made about the weather. And I definitely don't know how to use sine, cosine, or tangent without whispering SOHCAHTOA to myself, like casting an incantation on my math test. But the hardest one recently, I don't know how to say goodbye to the place we have shared and the people we have known for most of our lives. And yet, amid all that uncertainty, we do know a few things. For example, just 2 weeks ago, I explained what a parking brake is to one of my friends. Subsequently, just last week, I explained that no, you should not put on your parking brake anytime you want to slow down to that same friend. I believe a misconception we may share is that as you get older, you know all the answers. But I don't think adulthood is about knowing everything. In fact, not knowing might be the most honest, humbling, and human part of adulthood. And the best part, you're not alone in it. When you can't figure out how to put together a shape puzzle, your teacher will show you a strategy and emphasize the importance of asking for help. When you panic over the opening of your senior synthesis, a friend will explain exactly what an abstract is, though probably an hour before it's due. And in those instances, when someone else doesn't know, you will be the one to step in to teach them how to use a parking brake, or how not to. I say all this to say that not knowing is okay. It is normal. To add to that, not knowing how to do something and working through it yourself is okay. However, not knowing how to do something and asking for help is even better, and here's why. Knowledge is a two-way street, not a competition, but a community. There's an old proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. In other words, we could all try to figure things out by ourselves, and we probably would, eventually. However, if we lean on others, those who know what we don't, we can do so much more than just figure it out. We can learn, teach, and find joy in all the knowledge we offer others and all the knowledge they offer us. We can become stronger, wiser, and kinder. And honestly, the whole process is just a lot more fun when we get to do it together. Returning to the requirements my fellow seniors had for a graduation speech, one person said, I want someone to talk about how we have come all this way together, but will never see each other again. That is true, but only to a certain extent. We will never see these versions of each other again. The ones walking into class, half asleep at 7:30 a.m. on a random Monday, shoes untied, still trying to memorize theorems, 19th century poetry, conjugations, or whether 3D10 comes before or after 4S2. That last one is still something I haven't figured out. So sorry to all the chemistry enthusiasts out there. But we will certainly see each other again as new versions of ourselves. We will see each other after we have decided on our majors or careers, after we have lived by ourselves for the first time, after we have bested and been bested by shape puzzles, and after we have learned from all these experiences. We will see each other after collecting new I knows, and inevitably, new I don't knows. So, I do not know when we will all see each other again, and I do not know the answers to the inevitable questions of life after high school. I do know, however, that I am excited to meet and learn from all the people every one of us will soon become. For now, I hope we can all embrace and enjoy the anticipation of not knowing. Because not knowing means there's still more to discover about ourselves, about each other, about the world. Congratulations, class of 2025. Let's go forward, curious, connected, and unafraid to say, I don't know.
Thank you, Lauren. At this time, I welcome the officers of the class of 2025 to the stage. Class President Sophie Peterson will lead the transfer of student government.
At this time, I'd like to invite the rising senior class officers to the stage. Yumin Cho, President, Grace Hugo, Vice President, Lillian Crouch, Treasurer, and Samir Khan, Secretary. As an elected officer for the class of 2025, I hereby request and require that as President, Vice President, Treasurer, and Secretary for the class of 2026, you assume the rights and responsibilities for student government. I charge you all to advocate for the rights of students, to work collaboratively with staff and administration, to promote academic integrity, and to encourage and protect student voice. Most importantly, enjoy your time as leaders and make it worthwhile. In recognition of your status as President, Vice President, Treasurer, and Secretary, we bestow upon you these sashes as signs of your new offices.
Thank you, Sophie. At this time, I ask the class officers of 2026 to return to their seats and that the officers for the class of 2025 remain on stage. Lindsay Passer, treasurer for the class of 2025, will now present an endowment on behalf of the class.
On behalf of my fellow class officers in the class of 2025, it is with great honor and pride that I announce that we will be donating a portion of our remaining funds to the incoming freshman class of 2029.
Thank you, Lindsay, Grace, Sophie, and Dylan. You may now be seated. I now invite Catherine Hilzer, Director of School Counseling, to provide this year's special recognitions.
It is my pleasure to recognize the top graduates of the class of 2025 in alphabetical order with schools they will be attending. Please rise as your name is called and remain standing. I request the audience to hold their applause until all names have been read. Anthony Azara, University of Michigan. Alexandra Bardani, Boston College. Willow Bradford, Barnard College. Audrey Gill, Carnegie Mellon University. Angela Humphrey, Dartmouth College. Lauren Klein Wassenk, Yale University. Faria Kudia, University of Connecticut Stores. Fariza Kudia, University of Connecticut Stores. Juliana Q, Cornell University. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Mrs. Hilzer. Please welcome Dr. Almeida, Assistant Superintendent, back to the podium to address the graduates.
Good evening to our students, parents, families, and honored guests. Welcome and thank you for being part of this special night. Before I turn my attention to the graduating class, I want to start by expressing some well-deserved gratitude to my fellow administrators, J.T. Shem, Damian Kellogg, Michael Santangeli, Chrissy Martinez, and Kathy Hilzer. Thank you for your support, your steady leadership, and the ways in which you always put students first. Working alongside you make even the busiest day feel manageable and meaningful. To our exceptional main office staff who run Joe Barlow on day-to-day, Jackie Garvey, Karen Bender, Kristen Jarvis, Carol Miller, and Lydia Giglio. Thank you for being the calm in the chaos and the steady hands behind the scenes. Your kindness and quiet strength keep everything moving, often without recognition, but never without impact. To your class advisors, Tim Uminski and Megan Lanehart, your dedication over these past 4 years has made this moment possible. You've supported this class through every high and low, always putting students first, and your impact will be long remembered. I would also like to recognize two of our very special moms who served as the PTSO class liaisons. I'd like to recognize Susanna Romano and Amy Zima. Suzanne has served as the PTSO president for the last 3 years. She has been a tireless advocate, not just for the senior class, but for every student that walks the halls of Barlow. Both Suzanne and Amy have given their time, their energy, and heart to support this class and our entire school community. I'm going to ask them to take a very quick moment and stand for a second and give them a hand of applause. Thank you, ladies. A special recognition goes out to this year's Teacher of the Year, Randy Smith. Your ability to inspire, challenge, and connect with students reminds us all of why teaching matters so much. Tonight, we're lucky to have two amazing staff members over here to my left. You're right. Rob Tynan and Andrew Rowland, who together have poured over 50 years into Joe Barlow. Rob's been with us for 36 years, wearing just about every hat possible. Coach, assistant athletic director, dad to many, and the heart and soul of our security department. Andrea spent the last 16 years in our world language department, inspiring students as a Spanish teacher. The impact they made, you can see it in the lives they've touched and the lasting mark they've left on this place. I'd love to give them a hand of applause. Now to the class of 2025. This is your moment. Tonight we mark the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. The familiar hallways of Barlow will soon be behind you, and the path forward is wide open. That feeling, a mix of excitement, nerves, wonder, possibly even a little fear, that's what growth feels like. Whether you're off to college, heading to the trades, serving our country, or stepping into the workforce, this is the moment to reflect, reset, and reimagine who you want to become. You are not the same person who walked in here 4 years ago. That's a good thing. You've grown through challenge, change, and yes, even the chaos. And now as you move on, I want to remind you of something simple but powerful. You carry the potential to make a difference in ways large and small, everywhere you go. You are artists, musicians, athletes, scientists, historians, linguists, mathematicians, and so much more. More importantly, you are kind, you're curious, you're resilient. These qualities will matter far more than any title or transcript. Here's my one challenge to you. It wouldn't be a graduation speech without a challenge from the principal. Use your strength to lift others. Use your voice to speak out when something isn't right. Use your passion to build a world you believe in. There's a quote I've always appreciated by Albert Schweitzer. I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I know, the only ones among you who will be really happy are those who have sought and found how to serve. In other words, find ways to look beyond yourself. Be there for others. Create moments of goodness, because the real measure of life well lived is not what you take, but what you give. Now, as proud as we are of each of you, I know that no one gets to this stage alone. Behind every cap and gown is a team of parents, guardians, siblings, friends, teachers, counselors, coaches, and mentors who've offered guidance, patience, lots and lots and lots of patience, love, and maybe the occasional nudge when you need it most. Take the time to thank them, not just tonight, but often. Tell them you love them. No one gets tired of hearing that they're loved. Class of 2025, go out and take risks. And when you stumble, and you will, get up, brush it off, keep going. This isn't the end, it's your beginning. And the world is waiting for the best version of you. We believe in you, we're proud of you. May your next adventure be filled with endless possibilities. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Dr. Almeida. Next, Dr. McKinnon, Superintendent of Schools, will now certify that the class of 2025 has met the requirements for graduation.
I, Dr. McKinnon, have the great pleasure as Superintendent of Schools to certify you that these, the members of Class 2025, having completed a course of studies as prescribed by the Region 9 Board of Education in accordance with Connecticut State Statute, are fully qualified to receive their diplomas, and I attest to this with pride. The awarding of these diplomas will now take place with the names read by our Assistant Principals, Damian Kellogg and J.T. Shem.
As our graduates make their way to the ramp, we would like to give out 2 honorary diplomas tonight. The first honorary diploma is for Dr. Andrea Rowland. The second for Mr. Robert Tynan. Marianne Grace Blowy. Dylan Fabio Bargagna. Sage Lee Oliver. Sophia Aramova. Maya Jasmine Acosta. Ari Alexander Alvarez. Brooke Catherine Ambrosio. Ella Thomas Anderson. Kyle Lacerda Arujo. Sarah Marie Asgar. Anthony Charles Azara. Thomas Jason Bear. Bailey Tyke Bai. Sarah Alexandra Ballas. Reka Jennifer Barbosa. Alexandra Eileen Bardani. William Allen Bardani. Graham Stephen Barker. Mary Elizabeth Bowersfeld. Caroline Wilcox Beal. Celestina Bielka Belulovich. Sofia Benitez. Jeffrey Nicolaus Berg. Gabriella Lynn Bollert. Sophia Joyce Bollert. Cole Salvatore Bonanno. Joey Marcus Bonanno. Luke Corper Bonanno. Matthew Lewis Boxer and Lauren Paige Klein Wasink. Lindsay Michelle Passer. Sophie Irina Peterson. Willow Edon Bradford. Tristan Glenn Bricker. Jaden Alexis Breyer. Ruby Jane Candy. Emily Grace Capisi. Jordan Renee Carr. Ella Ann Cedarbaum. Milana Rose Salage. Monica Anjali Charmoy. Jamie Catherine Siambra. Zachary Arthur Colangelo. Anthony Rizziero Cortina. Congrats, Zach. Pierce Gabriel Counter. Dylan Kai Crawford. Andrew David DeMoro. Shannon Carol Darmafal. Agnes True Davis. Owen Derek D'Amelio. Catalina Faith Depardieu. Connor Joseph Desitels. Luis Antonio Diaz. Tristan Mark DiZenzo. Grace Ann Downey. Charles Ratchapon Field Dunlop. Mary Isabel Flag Duke. Nathaniel Joseph Dyer. Luke William English. Sophie Marie Fonzo. Owen Joseph Fellows and Alexa Reese Flaherty. Marcus Alexander Fenzel.
Congratulations, Alexa. Look at the camera real quick. Nice job. Congratulations, Marcus. Nice job, Marcus. Stop and look at the camera. Congratulations, Marcus. Nice. Take that. Take that diploma. Nice job, Marcus.
Farah Veronica Foley. Cade River Fravel. Aeneas Caden Freyre. Demas Anthony Galindo Zuniga. Tess Catherine Gainey. Audrey Lee Gill. Jack Potter Gilbert. Helena Claire Glatzel. Anna Renee Gormley. Hannah Joy Gurad. William Peter Greger. Victoria Anna Gujabovinsky. Jessica Sydney Hakeem. Katrina May Hansen. Timothy Michael Hart. Olive Catherine Harris. Ella Butterfield Hotchkiss. Angela Loretta Humphrey. Elizabeth Louise Anna Maggie Hunt. Ahmed Omar Ibrahim. Tyler Ellsworth Ingram. Makeda Adaisy Israel Ali Bey. Maggie Jean Jimenez. Georgia Jean Campbell Jury. Logan Zyler Cady. Marlo Moran Kay. Alex Margaret Keenan. Nama Bet Klein. Gina Nicole Contagenis. And Alexander Matthew Croyce. Kate Elizabeth Krug. Fariha Furkan Kudia.
Fariza Furkan Kudia. Penny Lamastro. Nasia Zakari. Jack Anton Lippiff. Ruby June Michelle Ludwig. Simone Alexa Zamferi Lupo. Sierra Brooke Lynn. Aaron Jack Meyer Moylan. Isabella Alessandra Mancini. Congratulations there. Daniel Esteban Marin. Tyler Hudson Marshall. Alyssa Marie Marushak. Alexandra Noah Mazzarelli. Caleb Joseph Melnick. Amanda Marie Meshi. Mark David Meshi. Khalees Marie Miserandino. Pablo Morno Matsif. Daniel Murcia. Michael Murcia. Luke Otto Matuski. Poppy Grace Matuski. Christopher Merrick Niger. Caroline Lillian Nesto. Kieran Michael Nevins. Alana Grace Ogden. Graham Asbjorn Ollendorf. Coulter Lee Ordway.
Congratulations, Graham. Thank you. Look at the camera real quick.
Isabella Clara Panicia. And
Congratulations, Coulter. Look at the camera real quick. Nice smile. Good job. Isabella, congratulations.
Alexander Pashenko.
Nice job.
Arth Battaglia.
Okay, we got a problem here, guys. That's Oleander. All the congratulations. Nice smile. Give me. This is Arth, yes. Congratulations. Give me Arth. Nice job. Yep. Okay, we don't know what happened there. Huh?
Christian Andre Pavel. Lucas Yuan Perales Utzon. James William Pereira. Thomas G. Pamazzi. Chad Anthony Pranzo.
Camera shot real quick. Thomas, congratulations. This hand, that hand.
Quinn Leonard Pranzo.
Congratulations, Chad. Camera shot for Grandpa. Ready? Congratulations.
Juliana Wong Chio.
Congratulations, Quinn. Thank you. Look at the camera real quick. Nice job.
Ava Rose Reset.
Congratulations, man. Look at the camera. Nice job.
Rohan Balor Reddy.
Congratulations, Ava. Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
Leela Vivia Reyes.
Congratulations, Ron. Look at the camera real quick.
Jamie Eileen Riley.
Congratulations, Hyla. Look at the camera real quick.
Scott Allen Romano.
Congratulations, Ron. Look at the camera real quick.
Rihanna Ashley Romeus. Samantha Karen Ronan. Kyle Rapakamba. Alexia Sanchez.
Congratulations, Kyle. Look at the camera.
Haley Caroline Sanzari.
Congratulations, Alexia. Good luck at
Emma Sarkonovich.
Congratulations, Haley.
Effie Sachar.
Congratulations, Emma.
Eric Nicholas Schmid.
Nice job. Congratulations, Effie.
Madeline Grace Schultz. Lucas Shane Arthur Sergey.
Congratulations, Madeline.
Isabella Grace Segrita.
Congratulations, Lucas. Look at the camera. Nice swing.
Spencer Adam Skidell.
I love the boots, Isabella. Congratulations. Look at the camera. Nice job. I don't know boots like that.
Lauren Nicole Skidmore.
Congratulations, Spencer. Look at the camera real quick.
Chad August Smith. Danny Yun Smith.
Congratulations, Chad. Look at the
Connor Joseph Spinell Smith.
Congratulations, Danny. Look at the camera real quick. Nice job.
Griffin Lawrence Williams Speck. And Julia Devin Spinelli. Maggie Ann Stablin. Alexa Kelly Stark.
Congratulations, Maggie. Look at the camera. Nice job. Alexa, congratulations. Lost the hat. Look at the camera. Nicely done.
Trevor Shea Steinke. Matthew Joseph St. Jean.
Congratulations, Trevor.
Benjamin Storborny. Christina Stranek.
Congratulations, Matthew. Look at the camera real quick. Nice job.
Aubrey Ann Street.
Congratulations, Ben. Look at the camera real quick. Nice job, Ben.
Annalise Asaya Solberg.
Congratulations, Christina. Look at the camera real quick. Nice job.
Tiffany Marie Zarmak.
Love your shoes, Aubrey. Congratulations. Look at the camera real quick. Nicely done.
Connor Michael Thomas.
Congratulations, Annalise. Look at the camera real quick. Nice job.
City Admaris Toro.
Congratulations, Connor. Look at the camera real quick.
Frida Luis Henniger.
Congratulations, Cindy.
Maggie Willow Valenti. Addison David Vanderberg.
Congratulations, Leah. Look at the camera real quick. Nice job. Congratulations, Maggie.
Annalise Van Harvigen Dan Breams.
Congratulations, Addison. Look at the camera real quick. Nice job.
Maya Amelia Wanke.
Congratulations, Annalise.
Andrew Wayne Watson. Sadie Mullane Watson.
Congratulations, Andrew. Look at the camera.
Adam Tyler Westphalen.
Congratulations, Sadie.
Isabel Sophia Wildgoose.
Congratulations, Adam. Look at the camera real quick. Camera. Nice job. Congratulations, Isabel.
Quinn Sheehan Williston. Nur Syed Imran Zimidar.
That's your brother. Congratulations.
Victoria Jiao. Helena Lane Zimma. Sebastian Joseph Zuanelli. Casey Emily Zuccarella.
Congratulations, Casey. Look at the camera real quick. Nicely done.
Congratulations, class of 2025. To conclude this evening's ceremony, I welcome Senior Class President Grace Balawi to the podium for her closing remarks.
When I was in 4th grade, my best friend, Eowyn, moved to Maryland. It only took about a year afterwards for the friendship to fizzle out. No hard feelings, just 11-year-olds growing apart miles away from each other. Even though that was 8 years ago, I still picture her as that 11-year-old who moved away. I'm sure all of us, even if it wasn't a best friend, have had people in our lives who aren't around anymore. A friend from summer camp, the seniors from freshman year, or even Pearl patrolling the halls. One day, whether you knew it or not, was the very last day you spent together. And now, the two of you are stuck as the versions of yourselves that you knew. Even while you both grow apart, your memories stay frozen in one place, wearing the same clothes and faces you wore in those final moments. Pretty soon, that's what will happen to all of us. For the past 4 years, we've grown together, changing shapes. But in a few hours, we'll stop. We'll begin to stick to our seats, frozen in time and memory. The path we've walked alongside each other will diverge into 189 separate ones. You don't always get to know the last time you'll say goodbye to somebody. Luckily, in our case, even if we're more happy than bummed about it, we know that this is that last series of moments. So take advantage of it. None of us are frozen yet. You can still get up after this is over and see your friends. You can stand up and hug your favorite teacher, strike up a conversation with someone you used to be closer with, or just take it all in one last time. Whatever it is, we still have a little time left as people, not pictures. I now ask that all family, friends, and guests remain in place until after the recessional has concluded and the graduates have left the field. But we do have one last thing to do together as a class. Seniors, please rise. Fellow graduates, move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2025. We did it.